in The Samurai and the Prisoner. It's the 16th century, and we follow Lord Murashige Araki, who, besieged in his castle, confronts mysterious crimes and allies with imprisoned strategist Kanbei Kiruto, and to uncover the truth. The Samurai and the Prisoner is directed by Kiyoshi Kurosawa, and he has previously directed films such as Cure and Pulse, and The Samurai and the Prisoner debuted at the 2026 Cannes Film Festival. I was a little bit apprehensive before going into this film because I heard that this film is very wordy, very dialogue heavy, and a bit dry, so, and 2.5 hours long. I wasn't really looking forward to watching this film because Kurosawa, this is his first samurai film. He's mainly known for horror, so, but I quite enjoyed this film. I was surprisingly how much I enjoyed this film. This film, yeah, it is wordy, but it's still very compelling. The film is split into like chapters, so summer, winter, fall and spring, and each chapter has a different like mystery. So each mystery that the main character Masahiro Moroki, he has to solve each mystery, and then the film doesn't take itself too seriously. Like each time he gets stuck on like he's trying to solve this mystery, each time he gets stuck, he goes down to his prisoner that he's been held in his basement of the castle, and he asks him, I'm stuck, and then to comic effect, the prisoner just sits down and tries to solve the mystery for him. And at the end of a hard day of trying to solve these mysteries and trying to rally his troops, at the end of the day, he joins his wife, played by Yuriko Yoshitaka, and she just gives him advice, and there's those conversations that she has with her husband, really leveled the film down, and she ends up being one of the most surprising characters in this film towards the end of the film. And some of these mysteries that Araki has to solve, like one young boy gets killed in a room, and then he has to question everybody one by one, and like the guards and the servants, and like one mystery is initially we thought it was an arrow, but it's actually a spear, and the door is only open like a little bit like this, just a few inches, and then so a spear has to go through and kill this boy, and he has to measure the distance and everything just to find out how this person was killed. And then there's another mystery where a very this teapot that's very sacred and worth a lot of money goes missing, and then someone gets killed, and the person who was guarding this pot gets killed, and then he has to solve who did that. And then another instance is where one of the enemies, he catches someone from the previous mystery, and then this person who got captured gets struck by lightning, and then after he gets struck by before he gets struck by lightning, he gets shot by an arrow. So that's the type of mysteries that Araki has to solve throughout the film. And when you're initially watching this film, in the first half of the film, you don't have to get overwhelmed because this is a very wordy film, but the film is giving you so many characters and so many tribes. So there's different castles and different tribes and within every castle there's different fractions, and then the film is just thrown names and names and names and at you, and you don't have to be overwhelmed by all the people who are mentioned in this film, because most of the people who are mentioned in this film never actually be in this film. They're just characters in the background, enemies of Araki who don't end up ever being in this film. So you don't have to be overwhelmed, but you don't have to, this person belongs to this person is the enemy. You don't have to be lost in this film. Just just be involved in these four main mysteries, these 4 chapters, what's going on of those, and then just the relationships between the people who are actually in the film. That's what you have to pay attention to. So don't be overwhelmed by all of the dialogue and all of the characters who will be mentioned. It's just not really that important. You just follow the main character in the film and his relationship with the prisoner in the basement, and his relationship with his wife, and just some of the other people who are in the film, and that's all you need to worry about. So you don't have to, when you're first watching this film, don't be overwhelmed by all the information and all the characters that you're being given. It's not really that important to follow the film. So, and of course, this film is technically fantastic. The period detail, the cinematography, the set design is all immaculate. Japan always does these samurai films very, very well. So this film from Kurosawa is no exception. And especially in the final maybe 15 minutes of the film, when we finally get out of the castle and Araki goes, because he said he's basically given up. He's going to go to his enemy in the other castle and surrender. And we go to see him outside the castle, and the beautiful background is like finally, because that castle ends up being a little bit claustrophobic as the film goes on. And then finally, when Araki decides to leave the castle, that's really a beautiful setting outside. I give The Samurai and the Prisoner 3.5 stars out of 5. Don't be terrified by the dialogue and the very stuffy setting. This film doesn't take itself too seriously. It's very entertaining. It has a few mysteries that are separated into chapters, and they're all very engrossing and very, very intriguing. And journey that lead actor Masahiro Motoki takes in this journey ends up being a quite emotional film by the end of it. So I definitely recommend checking out The Samurai and the Prisoner. It's a very entertaining, very intriguing samurai film from director Kurosawa. Thanks for watching. What do you think of The Samurai and the Prisoner? Please comment below what you thought of the film. See you next time. Bye.